Hi, I'm Ben Mankiewicz. Welcome to TCM. We just had Gregory Peck in the 1965 thriller Mirage. Up next, the movie Peck made as his follow-up. It is another thriller, although it takes a much lighter tone because it is also a comedy. From Universal, 1966, produced and directed by Stanley Donen, Arabesque. 3 years earlier, Donen and Universal scored a huge hit with a similar film, Charade, starring Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. The studio persuaded Donen to repeat the formula, also hired the same screenwriter, Peter Stone, who co-wrote this script with Julian Mitchell and Stanley Price. This time they adapted a 1961 novel, The Cipher, the story of an American professor visiting Oxford University. He is called in to consult as an expert in ancient hieroglyphics, but soon finds himself embroiled in an assassination plot involving a beautiful woman, a woman he is not sure he can trust. Initially, Stanley Donen offered the role of the professor to the star of Charade. Made sense, Cary Grant. But Grant turned the part down and recommended Gregory Peck instead. When Donen turned to Peck, Peck quickly reminded Donen that when it came to comedy, he was no Cary Grant. I mean, who was? Peck, though, brought his own strengths to the character. Starring opposite Peck is an actress named Sophia Loren, arguably at her most glamorous here, sporting an extensive wardrobe created specifically for her by the fashion house of Christian Dior. Peck and Loren were both fairly recent Oscar winners at the time, having won for intense dramatic performances, Loren for Two Women from 1960, Peck for To Kill a Mockingbird from 1962. They had never worked together before, though they had met. When Peck won his Oscar at the 1963 Academy Awards, it was Sophia Loren who presented it to him. From 1966, here's a film that, as its poster promised, is ultra mod, ultra mad, ultra mystery. Ultra mystery is not a strong finish. I mean, ultra mysterious is like 20 times better, and it's still wrong. Anyway, here's Arabesque. Stanley Donen made Arabesque as a follow-up to his 1963 thriller Charade, starring Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. Peter Stone, who wrote Charade, also came on board to punch up the dialogue in Arabesque using the pseudonym Pierre Martin. Donen was not crazy about the script, but Universal execs pushed him to forge ahead anyway. They had a pretty solid argument. It's ridiculous not to make a film with Gregory Peck and Sophia Loren. Their point was made at the box office. The movie was a hit. Still, Donen always felt he should have added a little more substance to the picture's considerable style. I tried very hard, probably too hard, to keep the audience and myself amused at what they and I were looking at, Donen said later. For his part, Peter Stone recalled Donen telling him that if he, quote, tricked up the dialogue, he'd trick up the camera angles, and then people wouldn't see that the story made no sense. Coming up, Gregory Peck plays a World War II veteran trying to balance the pressures of post-war life in a 1956 drama co-starring Jennifer Jones and Frederick March. The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit is next on TCM.
Next on TCM, The Man in the Gray Flannel Suit, then Designing Woman, and later, The Snows of Kilimanjaro. We're at Peak Peck on TCM tonight.